picnicking, you see. It's not boring. But it is said that when they are about to die, they have some kind of precognition, clairvoyance, through which they also get some signs. And normally it is said that these divine beings, they never get that sweat, body odor or sweat, those things are never there. And everybody has a flower garland or things like that, full of fragrance, things like that. But when they are about to die, then 5 or 10 different omens come to them. Like the flower garlands start fading. Body also starts producing odor or sweating, things like that. They get these 10 signs. And then when they use their precognition, clairvoyance, they are able to see where they are going to born after their death. So now if they see they are going to born in a hell or somewhere, it is said. Then it is said that the other celestial beings, they immediately neglect them. They don't pay attention. So then they suffer so much, it is said, terribly. So therefore it is said that even in the divine realm, that celestial realm, they sometimes pray, may we be born as a human being. Because in the life of human being, we have this sensitivity to experience and see all these sufferings. And as I said earlier, suffering is introduction to happiness, you see. It is because of suffering you are able to cultivate renunciation, bodhicitta, feeling for others. So that's actually a great experience, you see. So that opportunity is said to be found only in the human life, nowhere else. So I made you happy 2 times now.
Yeah. Not quite. About the first question, I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because the 4 seals, they say that all phenomena are contaminated or something.
Yeah.
So how come there's the moment that it's not contaminated, like they're pure?
No, all phenomena are contaminated. It said all phenomena are contaminated. It did not say all phenomena are contaminated all the time.
Can you describe a moment like that?
All phenomena are contaminated. For example, if you are in deep meditation on compassion, I mean, not always successful, but sometimes it is possible, at least for a few minutes, we develop very good mind. Possible, yeah. Yes?
Can you tell us, please, more about dedication?
Education.
Dedication.
Dedication. Dedication, as I said earlier. You were not here yesterday, no?
She was.
You were there, yeah, okay. So I told you yesterday. Dedication means to offer all the good things that you have done, to benefit others. You do not try to keep it with you. You offer. As I said, I gave you the example, like depositing money in the bank. If you deposit money in the bank, of course it is yours. It is yours, but you are going to get some interest or some security, if not much interest in Israel. In India we get very good interest. You can't believe. Few months back it was 10%. And even today, I think it's 8%, 8.5%. So come and deposit in India.
Only in rupees or also in dollars?
Rupees.
Only rupees, okay.
Rupees. Dollars? I don't know. That's a good question. Because I never deposited dollars, I don't know. Yeah. So, here's the thing. So, that dedication means whatever good things you've done, may this become a cause to achieve enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. You give it for the benefit of others. Yeah.
Doing this. So, I haven't been here yesterday, though today you were speaking mainly about the karma. And I was wondering about also if there is, the free will or the freedom of action, of new action.
Exactly, of course.
And I was wondering if you can speak a few words about it.
Yeah. You came to this workshop through your free will. Through your free will.
Yeah, for example, okay, if in this life I'm habituated with certain disturbing emotions, okay, how can I step out of it or grow out of it? And
by knowing the destructiveness of that negative emotion. By seeing the destructiveness of this negative emotion, uselessness of this negative emotion. The more you see the destructiveness, uselessness of something, the more you will distance yourself from there. Like, why do we stay away from poison? Why do we stay away from a thorn? When we are approaching a thorn, we make sure that otherwise it will prick you. So like that, you need to see the destructiveness of these negative emotions, and then naturally you will be able to distance yourself. And then and this is what we do all the time. This means that we have choice. Okay? Yeah? Yes?
Question about choice.
Yeah.
Did you choose?
It's a question about choice.
Yeah.
A personal, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Did you choose to be a monk, or was it chosen for you as a child?
I chose to be a monk.
As a grown-up?
This is an interesting question because it depends on many factors. In my case, one, there was encouragement from the parents. In Tibet, there's a big encouragement for anybody who wants to become a monk and nun, so I had the same encouragement. But when I became monk, I was in a school. But there also, I don't know why, the religious instructors, they said, you should become a monk. I don't know why. So I really cannot say I can choose it because I was not too small, but not too grown up. So because of remembering what the teacher said, what the parents said, I decided there was an opportunity, I did that, you see. So I really don't know whether I have really thought carefully the pros and cons and chose it. Okay? So that was the situation. So therefore these days, in India also, we always try to ask people to become monk when they can really choose.
Did you ever regret becoming a monk?
No, I don't regret. No, I definitely don't regret. And I rejoice all the more. Really, honestly speaking. I'm not saying I'm a perfect monk or a good monk. I'm not saying anything like that. Sometimes I jokingly tell people, not only I rejoice as a monk, but also I rejoice the life that I went through. Why? Because I was a little bit stupid. So when people hear this, they laugh, what do you mean? What I mean is, when I'm a little bit stupid, then I choose one line and just do it properly. Don't think about so many things. When you're too clever, so many are doing, they're all going to America, Europe, so many things, of course you get more money and there are more opportunities, so many things there. But I'm a little bit stupid. So I always there, doing the thing. When I was in the school, I used to study well, used to get most of the time very good, marks and things like that. In the monastery also similar. So because of sticking to their line, doing it properly, I did well in the monastery, in the school, In my job, until now, I did quite well. I mean, I'm not saying I'm superhuman or anything like that, but did quite well. So that made me happy, you see. That made me happy.
Okay. I have a question, but it's a general question. I'm not sure that there is an answer for that. My question is about Dharma in the business world.
Yeah.
I find it not easy, but easier for me to practice Dharma with my family, with my friends, but it's very difficult in the business world. People are lying all the time, manipulating, and it's difficult for me as I'm working there for many years. So I wanted to hear your opinion about that.
Yeah. If other people are drinking poison, we should join them. Is it a good idea that we should also join and drink poison? Of course. If other people are drinking poison. Of course not. Yeah, okay. Of course not. I mean, I understand your position. It's not easier said than done. When you really practice, I know life is not that easy. But one thing you really need to know, as I had given you the example, because other people are taking poison, then because of that you take also poison. That is stupidity, totally stupid, wrong. So normally we don't do that. So similarly, when you see other people's wrongdoing, actually that is the time when you need to show your integrity. That is the time to show who you are. When you face these, difficulties and problems, then if you are not able to observe those disciplines or good behaviors, then your integrity is not very strong, it's very weak. Having said that, situations are difficult. So one must try one's best to adhere to that principle. If you are able to do that, then sometimes with that integrity, there are many cases of people being able to change the whole institution. You see, it's not easy, not easy, but that is the way. And not only that, sometimes, we become weak. People lose respect to us because we also join other people, do the same stupid thing, you see. But if you be honest, stand firm, gradually people will start respecting you and following you. The problem in the society is because everybody thinks, they do like this, so I should also do, you see. So we don't find any people to whom we use as role models, you see. So it is really important to stick to the good principle, because if you go in the wrong line, very soon you are going to suffer. So that I think is my feeling.
Can you speak, please, about mindfulness and the importance of mindfulness?
Mindfulness. Very easy. I mean, very easy in the sense. It is a very good question. It basically means you should always be alert and fully conscious and aware of what you are doing right now. I mean, there's so many types of mindfulness, watching the bodily sensations, your mind, the phenomena, so many, explanations there. But the crux of the matter, the main idea is that you should be awake and alert and conscious in your dealing with other people, in your work, even when you're eating. That's the idea. This is so important.
Every moment?
As much as possible. Every moment, of course, if that is possible. Otherwise, as much as possible. You see, we don't learn much. We don't know much because most of the time we are not aware. more or less sleeping, you see. Not alert, not conscious. Now, for example, I see this flower in front of me. So if you are aware and alert, immediately you will try to know what this flower is. What this flower is. Rose. If you did not know this is rose, then because of your alertness, awareness, now you know. You ask the question, now you know this is a rose. Then, for example, if you have been living with some people, then you need to ask their name, know the name. So in this way, you know everything very easily, because you are alert, questioning and aware. If you don't have that awareness, that questioning mind, then you may go through something all the time, but still you are not sure who is that person, what is that flower, you know. So they have alertness, and to be aware, just like small kids. Small kids. Small kids, you just throw some small toys in front of them. That is their world. They'll be so happy, you know, they'll just look at it, open it. They enjoy it, you see. They enjoy it, they live it. They live in the moment, in the present. So they feel happy, you know. Always they are happy, you know, jumping, you know, looking at things, even small things. You can play with them, they will immediately play, you see. But in our case, the grown-up people, very calculating. Whatever is there, not so happy, you know. Lot of money, still not so happy. Big house, still not so happy. You see, that's the problem. We are not able to enjoy. We want, but when you get those things, you are not able to enjoy. Because there is no real person living inside. As I said this morning, that we use all the senses, sense consciousnesses. The real person, the house, the owner of the house is the mind inside. The mind is more or less not there. So it's homeless. Most of the time, no owner. You see? So if you don't invoke the owner, how can you enjoy? Even when the food is there, maybe very delicious food, but when the food is there, you will be thinking about something else. So how can you enjoy the taste? When the food is there, you should concentrate on the food, enjoy it, appreciate those people who made the food. You see, you try this, because the food is not enjoyed by the tongue. In order to enjoy the food, the mind has to be there, the eye has to see it. That's why we try to make beautiful looking food, you know. The eye has to be there, tongue has to be there. More important, the mind has to be there. Then you enjoy. Otherwise you can never enjoy. So the owner must be present in all your activities. Awareness, not only looking, but awareness of the mind. Okay? Yes?
Most of my spiritual practice is in Advaita, and in this mind is the thoughts, the feelings and sensation, which is all illusionary.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand what you mean in Buddhism. I understand mind is something different.
Yeah.
Maybe it's what is called in Advaita the intuition, the natural intuition I am.
Yeah.
Is this the mind, or what is the mind according to Buddhism?
No, but Buddhism also says not only mind, everything is illusion. In Buddhism, including mind, everything is illusion.
Yeah.
But the illusion does not mean to say they do not exist. The mind exists. So the mind...
Is
mind
it the thoughts,
no,
feeling
mind,
and sensation?
the mind, yeah, thought, sensation, everything. Mind is not just one thing.
Yeah.
The mind depending upon what kind of role it plays, gets different names. So mind or consciousness, more or less in Buddhism, same, which basically means something that is luminous and something that cognizes the object. Luminous and cognitive, that's the nature of the mind. Luminous means the clarity is there, like mirror, the clarity is there. Whatever comes within its purview, it's able to reflect it. But unlike the mirror can only reflect, can act as a reflector, but it cannot catch the object, cannot retain the object. But the mind can also cognize it, perceive it. So that's why luminous and cognitive. That's the nature of the mind. Mind is something that is luminous and cognitive. It not only reflects the object, but is able to perceive the object. Okay? That's the definition of the mind. So there can be so many grosser level of mind, very gross level of mind, subtle level of mind, very subtle level of mind, anger, jealousy, hatred, compassion, love, wisdom, they are all mind.
When I meditate, I'm trained to meditate on awareness, awareness of the mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
And mind is is not truth. Yeah. Then awareness is the subject. So
awareness itself is mind.
Awareness is mind.
Itself is mind. So when we talk about awareness of any object, including the mind, we are simply watching the mind. And the question is, as you are trying to ask, question is, how can we be aware of the mind? Because the mind, even according to Buddhism, is non-physical, colorless, shapeless. So how can you be aware of the mind? That's the problematic question. So therefore the Buddhist teachings say that normally it is very difficult to see the naked truth of the mind, because the mind is always chasing object. It always has a content. It always has this thought process, discursive thought is there. So therefore the meditators, what they suggest is that try not to think anything that has happened in the past. Also do not try to think anything about the future. Don't think about the past, don't think about the future. Try to empty of the content of the mind. Normally when we think, we are either thinking about the past or the future, Okay? Now when we say present also, if you split that present, again it will be tiny small, past, present, you again split it, then there's nothing called present, you see. So in this way, when you split, without letting your mind go after object, then it is possible to get a glimpse of the nature of the mind. Just an experiential, as I said, the luminous cognitive nature of the mind. Okay?
Can you tell some words about karma of nation or group, or like collective karma?
Yes. Collective karma, individual karma. Individual karma means if I go alone and kill somebody, it's individual karma. If you join with me and bring some more friends and together we kill a person, then that's collective karma. Okay? So collective karma means many people doing certain things together. Okay?
So, for example, like earthquake or something, disaster for a nation, collective karma?
It is possible. Collective karma do not mean to say collective karma of people of this same time, but they must have done something together in the past life, and because of that, today they are born in the same place, experiencing the same fruit. Okay? So that is possible. Yeah. But on an easier to understand level, we can say that even in today's life, if we do, for example, collectively construct this house, then it's because of this collective karma. It may be neutral, it may be not positive, not negative, but because of this karma, we are able to construct this house. So something like that. Yeah? No, it works.
Continue the question.
Like what happened in Nepal now, the earthquake, and so many people got killed, and it's hard to say that all of them did something, bad.
No, we are not saying you are bad. You deserve it. We are not saying that. Many people misunderstand this. So you need to understand this on many levels. You can say this is due to karma, which means one, maybe some of the karmas that people have done in past lives. Okay? Another, karma of this very life. That means the way you constructed your house. Many people die because the way they constructed the house is not good quality, you see. Especially in many corrupt countries, or poor countries. People don't have enough money to build a very strong house. Or the government, they are corrupt, so if you just give them money, then they don't care whether the house is done properly or not. They let people do whatever they like. And then when a disaster like earthquake comes, the house collapses. So it's the karma you have done, the way you constructed house. So many things, when we talk about karma, it doesn't have to be just past life. Just past life. In this life also, we cannot pinpoint which karma, but it could be a wrong way of practice,
Thank you for Tibet, for example.
Yeah.
So many people, Tibetan people, suffer from the Chinese.
Yeah.
So
because I thank you for asking this. This is exactly what I am saying. It may be due to past lives karma, but mainly people did not do what they should be doing in this generation or previous generation. You see? They were not doing those things which they should have done, like defending one's country, practicing the Dharma properly in the true sense,
Isn't the payment too high for Isn't the payment too high for the Tibetan people now?
No. It will happen to everybody. If you don't prepare yourself, it will happen to everybody. For example, if you don't defend yourself, if you are unable to defend yourself, if you are uneducated, if you are poor, if you are uneducated, poor, naturally there will be a lot of unemployment. You see? So although I am not saying that it's only the problem of the Tibetans, but I am saying is from the Tibetan side also, we must accept there must be past lives wrongdoings, or these lives lapses of not making the right progress, things like that. Then of course, the external condition also there. It's not just karma, it's a one-sided story. Also the outside influence, the conditions, as I said, the Chinese greed or invasion, So many things come together. But then the Buddha says, the very subtle function of the karma, only the Buddhas can tell. Not everybody. For example, if we compare the noses, there are a lot of differences. If we compare the eyes, a lot of differences. If you bring 1 billion people together, it's so interesting. If you bring 1 billion people together, and compare their faces, I don't think you will find 2 people exactly same in every sense. Very difficult. Although we have the same nose, same mouth, same small face, but if you compare, you see, there will be differences. So how did this come about? I'm just giving an example here. So there are so many